Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you! The unicorn flew higher than it had ever flown before. It was so high that the ground looked like a patchwork quilt, with the houses looking like tiny scattered jewels. The unicorn had flown over mountains that were as white as powdered sugar, through clouds that were soft and squishy like marshmallows, past rainbows that shimmered with every color imaginable. And still the unicorn kept going higher. The wind whispered secrets in the unicorn's ear as it flew past whistling stars. Each star was a different color, each one twinkling at the unicorn as if to say, "Go on, fly higher, little unicorn." The moon, oh, the moon was the most beautiful thing the unicorn had ever seen. It wasn't just a round yellow disc in the sky like it was back home, no. This moon was a giant ball of cheese with huge craters and mountains of cream. The unicorn had never wanted anything more than to reach that moon, to touch its creamy peaks and taste its cheesy core. Now the moon was closer than it had ever been. The unicorn could almost reach out its horn and touch the soft, creamy surface. The thought made its mouth water. The unicorn took a deep breath and, with a mighty kick of its legs, shot upwards towards the moon. It dodged shooting stars and danced around fluffy clouds. Its silk remained flowing behind it like a banner. Higher and higher it went until it was just a speck against the vast blackness of space. Then, whoosh, the unicorn landed on the moon. It stood on a mountain of cream, its legs sinking slightly into the soft, cold surface. The wind, which had been whispering secrets in the unicorn's ear, now roared in its face, making it hard to stand upright. But the unicorn didn't care. It had reached the moon. It took a step closer to the edge of the crater and dipped its horn into the cheesy surface. It tasted like the sweetest caramel the unicorn had ever tasted, like liquid gold dripping down its throat. The unicorn took another step closer to the edge, and suddenly it slid. The ground beneath its hooves turned to powder, and it tumbled, it rolled, it bounced, and then it crashed right through the bottom of the cheese mountain. The unicorn landed in a big pile of whipped cream, and it was delicious. The unicorn licked its chops and smacked its lips. This was the best caramel the unicorn had ever tasted. It wasn't as good as the unicorn's own horn, of course, but that was the best caramel in the whole wide universe. The unicorn was licking its lips when suddenly a voice boomed. "Who's there?" The unicorn froze. Had it really landed on the moon? Was that really the voice of the Great Space Cheese Cat? Yes, it was. The Great Space Cheese Cat, with its whiskers like comets and its fur like stardust. The unicorn had heard stories about this cat from the other unicorns. They said that the Great Space Cheese Cat guarded the moon and doled out justice to any creature foolish enough to land on it. The unicorn took a step back from the cheesy edge. "It's me," the unicorn squeaked. "I am just a little unicorn who flew all the way to your moon because I couldn't resist your delicious smell." The Great Space Cheese Cat narrowed its eyes. "You smell like caramel," it said suspiciously. The unicorn nodded. "It's my horn. I always smell like caramel." The Great Space Cheese Cat sniffed the air again. "You smell like the unicorn who stole my cheese," it said. "A unicorn thief?" The Great Space Cheese Cat was looking at the unicorn like it was a piece of cheese waiting to be eaten. And then something amazing happened. The Great Space Cheese Cat started to purr. It was a low rumble that shook the very core of the moon. "A unicorn who can fly," it said. "I haven't seen one of those in a long time. Come with me." The Great Space Cheese Cat padded towards a cave hidden behind a mountain of cream. The unicorn followed, its heart pounding like a drum solo. Inside the cave, the walls were lined with all kinds of cheese, from cheddar to Swiss to mozzarella. There were even some smelly cheeses that the unicorn couldn't identify. "Eat as much as you want," said the Great Space Cheese Cat, "but save some for me. We have to make a delivery." The unicorn nodded. It had saved some of the best caramel for the Great Space Cheese Cat. And as they shared the sweet treat, the unicorn told the Great Space Cheese Cat all about the wonderful world below the moon. When the sun dipped below the horizon and the first stars twinkled above them, the Great Space Cheese Cat was ready for bed. "Thank you for the delicious caramel," it purred. "And thank you for reminding me what it's like to be a kid. You may not be a cheese thief, little unicorn, but I think you have a great big adventure in you." The unicorn smiled. It had made a new friend on the moon, and it had tasted the best caramel in the universe. As it flew home, it knew it would never forget its trip to the moon or the Great Space Cheese Cat. And maybe, just maybe, the unicorn would visit the moon again someday. The end.